goes a bit further that way.
Didn't even see him.
Welcome to Pinky's Adventures, episode 8. Episode 8, where we're leaving Port Lincoln after a 2-night stay and heading to Port Kenny for lunch, and then we're going to overnight at the Haystacks.
Yeah.
So we'll just show you what's along the way.
So, yeah, so we've had a pretty good time at Port Lincoln, other than it's been really blustery and wintry and freezing cold, and the caravan shook like really hard last night, didn't it? Because we were right on the edge of the water, and
it just gusted.
So it just gusted and gusted all night long. Although Allister didn't even feel a thing because he was asleep.
I did wake up occasionally to roll over.
Okay, yeah, that's about it. But yeah, no, and it's really changed. I used to live here 37 years ago, and the town has just exploded. It's just, yeah, more like a touristy town now, isn't it? It's got heaps and heaps more shops, and it's a bit like
it's a small city now.
Yeah, it's a bit like Sydney actually.
And
like
that marina was awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah, so
yeah, flashy houses around the edge of the marina.
Yeah, it's all different now. So, but anyway, so we're pretty glad to kind of like leave Port Lincoln because it's awfully cold.
Cold, and it's been overcast all the time. The batteries are copped and hiding.
Yeah.
And the battery running the freezer in the car went flat last night.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was charging it on the drive down to Coffin Bay, but I wasn't. I had it switched over to the caravan to charge the caravan.
So yeah, we went.
That was my mistake.
Yeah, Coffin Bay. That was really nice. That's like just another little seaside town, and we stopped at the HQ and had lunch.
Yeah.
And Miranda got her fix with her oysters, so she was quite happy with that. And you know, it was really good.
We bought some souvenir little oyster forks, didn't we?
Yeah,
They're cute.
I don't think we're going to use them as oyster forks.
No, but you can use them for any small condiment, you know. Like I was even thought of onions, you know.
Pickled onions, or
gherkins
or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that you could put them out on a plate. Oh, gee, he was a bit close, wasn't he?
No, he was right.
You could put them out on a plate if you had onions and that. Yeah.
Yep.
But no, it's been good.
All right, well, let's see what we get up to now.
Yeah, what the day brings.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
You right there, Pink? Yeah? We haven't worked out a seatbelt for you yet, have we? Right. Bye.
Bye. On the road, Al.
Sorry, it's off. Look at the size of those wheels.
Yeah. The size of them wheels.
So this is the countryside coming into Elliston. We're about 30 kilometres out of Elliston, and it's just open rocky plain, and the only thing they can grow here is sheep. It's pretty dry looking land.
Dry and hilly.
Undulating. Driving into Elliston.
Fishing pier.
So we might stop here and have a look around. She's saying come. Here we are at Elliston, and the Community Agricultural Hall has had some fantastic artwork done on it. It's really good job in history, starting from the ocean to the lobsters, wool. Around to the front. Where's your hat? Even the toilet's been painted up. Really good job. Wow, the detail in this side is amazing. And then across the toilets, just amazing. So here's a little video for Jason. Got a job for you, buddy. I need some stronger springs in the back. See how the back of the car is down? Given the load in the truck already, and then you hook a caravan on the back. Although the caravan's only got 150 kilo ball weight, it still brings it right down and doesn't have much give in the suspension anymore. So stronger springs if possible. Do some research for me. Thanks, buddy. This is our lunch break at Elliston. Wraps and little hamburger thins. Thins. Nice little town. We'll go for a drive out and do the tourist drive past the wharf. Apparently this wharf is rather unique.
Just the round one, no?
No,
Jetty.
The jetty is unique. It's got steel pylons. Screw piles, wasn't it? Steel screw piles that were driven in by horse and buggy, horse team. Yeah.
They're clever horses.
Unusual.
They must have been going round and round in circles, hey?
This is an awesome little bay. So the waves break and it's sort of almost totally protected inside. And there's their famous jetty with the steel screw piles put in by horse teams. So we're still in Elliston. Beautiful little beach, swimming beach inside the bay. And then again we just head out to the wharf and back around to the headland and out to the ocean. Awesome little place.
Powered, unpowered and ensuite caravan camping sites. Prices start from $29 twin ship per night. Which might be a bit pricey to stay there, hey? Ensuite cabin.
So here we are at the Elliston Coastal Trail jetty. Jetty's crucial structure that enabled ships to load and unload goods and mail passengers, thereby linking Elliston with the rest of the state. Before the jetty was built in 1881, small ketches and schooners anchored to the north of Elliston in Anxious Bay. Provisions had to be brought ashore by rowboat, men carrying the goods to and from boats, pets spending all day standing in the water. Wow. And there's the jetty. And again the wind is roaring in from the Antarctic, so it's pretty cool. So we're not going to walk the jetty today. Well, here we are at Woolshed Cave. Very dusty. Drive in.
No camping, use caution.
We're walking down the pathway to the Imajiggy rocks, hole in the wall rocks. Just show you what it's like. Holy mackerel. Is this the one, or is it keep on the road? Keep going. Wow.
water would.
Pretty slippery. Whoa, that's a bit slopey. Yeah, I'm not doing any more. Whoa, that's pushing me to the limits. Very risky. Very risky.
It's slippery. Sorry? People died. I wouldn't say I'd touch it.
Wow. Pretty rugged coastline. It's not even risky out here. It's just slopes straight into the water, isn't it?
You guys on big seas though.
Oh, shit, rip up here.
Oh, ripping there. I mean, at the moment, that's not too bad. It's not a strong current out there.
So this is the tub, which is a collapsed ceiling of a cave. So it's eroded, rushes in the high seas through that hole there. So this is our parking at the tub. It's called the tub. The coastline's very rugged, and just about here it breaks into sand. So the sandhills that we passed on the way up, massive number of sandhills, but yeah, beach goes along for sandy now for miles down south.
I wonder where those people are.
They're in the car,
They're in the car.
lying down in the bed.
Oh, probably going to rest. Probably going to camp there.
Yeah, well there was someone camped back when we turned around. Back there behind on the hill. So this is the 7 kilometres of dirt road, bumpy road, back to the highway from the cliff edge where the rock formations,
So was
sea
that
erosions were.
called Talia Beach?
Talia something or other. So we're going into Venus Bay to have a poke around. Sticky Bay.
Sticky Bay. Did it say how far it was off the road?
No.
Oh, Venus Bay.
Venus Bay.
Fresh veggies.
Fresh veggies.
Oh, that's it. Take the corner wide.
Run over the median strip. Here we are. Welcome to Venus Bay.
There's the caravan park on the right.
That's it.
Just going to turn around here.
Rightio.
Well, we've arrived at Murphy's Haystacks for the night, and it's only 2:45 in the afternoon, so we're having a cup of tea set up on the gravel roundabout, and yeah, we'll explore the Haystacks after a cuppa. It's $10 camping and $2 per person to look at the Haystacks. Plus they've got some nice honey. We bought a jar of honey for $10, and it's local honey from the area called Haystacks honey. Blowing a gale.
Hang on to your hat.
Hang on to your hat. You got to see the Haystacks, Murphy's Haystacks. Just reminds me of the Devil's Marbles. Top of the hill. Left path or the right path. So here's another set of haystacks. It's a bit overbalanced, isn't it?
Definitely overbalanced.
This one behind us reaches out.
Look at the beautiful colours in here.
It's got a funny cap, hasn't it? Erosion, the wind and the sand. Bit of sand blown from the coast. Over a couple hundred years. That's like a beak of a bird, doesn't it? Wind blowing across the grass. Out here to get it all in. Well, that was Murphy's Haystacks. $10 to stay the night, $2 per person to go and visit the rocks, and you can also buy some honey, sign the visitors book. So we're staying tonight, despite it being so windy. Bruce is going to steal some honey.
I'm going to buy some. I love honey. It's got the Haystacks honey on it.
It's a big tub, 15 bucks. Will it fit in your shelf?
Yeah. This one here, that's a 1 kilogram.
Yeah, and that's
15. Oh, it's 500. It's exactly half.
Yeah, so it's cheaper to buy a big one.
A big one.
Dinner time. Not quite. Well, we're just coming into Streaky Bay after leaving the Murphy Haystacks.
Shops are open. What's he trying to pull in there and get fuel?
Fuel
The whole
Street.
town down there to the right.
There's a whole town. Oh, there is too.
Go around the block. He's going to do it. He won't.
No, he's going
He
to
won't do
do
it. He won't do it.
He is.
Oh, he's close. Holy mackerel, that was close.
Close.
Jeez, that was close.
Touching it. Was touching it.
Just wait back a bit and see if we all fit. Think we will.
Can we park on the right? We'll park on the right.
Oh, no, we'll fit behind them.
Yeah, I think we'll fit. Over a bit further. Oh, this is Streaky Bay. We'll go for a walk up the jetty. Didn't you?
Your shoelaces undone, Al.
Always undone, Bruce. Yeah, could be.
Yeah, it's going to
Oh, look at this. Look at that. And guess what? It's low tide again.
I know. Now, how close was that bar to my tree, though?
Oh no, Tracy thought it kissed it. That's quite big, this place.
That's good, yeah. No, I've read a fair bit about Streaky Bay. It's very nice. I can't believe that there's signs there to that Port Arthur, whatever it is. There's nothing. Port what? Or Port Kent. There's nothing there. There's two shops.
Wow, look at all those birds. Catching anything?
I can't
Oh.
get one of them.
They're not hungry.
Nah, I'm catching some little stuff.
Is it?
Bit more artwork on the sides of the building. This one looks like it's been here for a while. And around here, 2019 it went on, according to the signature. A day by the seaside. There's a little walk down the street at Ceduna. No, this is not Ceduna. Streaky Bay. Little walk down the street of Streaky Bay. Big, fairly big IGA. Nice pastries and patisserie across the street. Beautiful old pub on the corner up there.
Yeah, I didn't mind it actually, but
So we stayed at the Haystacks last night. Bit blowy and dusty, but you had an interesting encounter with the owner.
Yeah. What was his name? Darren?
Dennis.
Dennis. Yeah, we had a great chat with Dennis. We thought he may have been the owner, so we had a chat to him, and he's about fourth generation who has been on that property. He was actually asked, I think at the age of around about 16 or 17, to come and work at the property, and he ended up purchasing or being inherited the property
From his uncle.
And in 1990 he was approached by Tourism South Australia to allow the Haystacks to become
A tourist attraction.
a tourist attraction. It was a very interesting bloke to talk to. So we actually wrote a note to him this morning, and left it in the thank you box, welcoming him to your place anytime he wants to come.
So this is the Drift Cafe on the water.
Actually, that's
at Streaky Bay
That's a good. That is a nice photograph. What say you take
of the jetty.
Keep the horizon straight.
Keep the horizon straight.
Well, I say, who says that to me all the time?
Yeah. So one of the things that Dennis was saying yesterday was that his aunt and uncle had inherited the property, but they didn't have any children. So his aunt and uncle approached Dennis's mum to say, can one of the boys come and help in the farm? Dennis went over to help, and there he stayed. And he said, we had problems with our children as well. There were 10 of them. And he's now got 2 children remained on the property with him. But he was a little bit against opening up the Haystacks because he was worried about graffiti. But then he thought, oh no, I'll give it a go. And they then were approached that they needed to have toilets, and then he had to approach for funding for the toilets, and he got an $80,000 grant for the toilets, which then only cost $12,000 to build. And he thought, goodness me, the local council's got $80,000 for my $12,000 toilets. But then he was very fortunate that the council put in the drive in the bitumen.
Tar seal.
Tar seal.
Now working through a succession plan for one of his sons to take over the farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he has 2 who are living on the property.
Yes.
And one is doing the honey. We bought a lovely jar of
bees.
honey.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And what else? Yeah,
And his big word was share.
Yes.
He likes to share his property with locals and with visitors, and he gets so many international visitors, and he still keeps in contact with many of them. And one couple, many years ago, a Swiss couple who were on their honeymoon, every year sent him boxes of Swiss chocolates. And about 10 years ago, the same couple who were here on the honeymoon brought their children out to meet Dennis and his wife Mary, and they've actually formed quite a strong friendship. So, and he said it's been well worth sharing his farm with others. He was very down to earth, wasn't he?
Oh, he also said that he used to plough right up to them and put his wheat in. He said, but I've had to forego a paddock so that the people can come and make the most of their stacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the road into Palubi Beach, so we'll see what this gives. Okay, pull over, you go.
Why?
I don't think you can turn around down there.
Yeah, you should be able to turn
There's a
around.
van
down
coming
there.
out, a ram coming out. Holy macaroni!
You come. No, he's going to let us go.
It's packed down here, absolutely packed. People camped in the turning circle.
So where are we going to go?
Just, nose in there.
Knows him where?
There. Park up on top of the hill, guys.
Just tuning in.
So this is Palubi Beach. Very hard. And there are caravans all the way up. Welcome to Ceduna. Airport over to the left. Pinky Point walking trail. Oh, we'll have to give that a visit.
Yep.
Big Four Ceduna. Check-in parking receptions over there. Some of those up there where the big P is.
Where the big P is. Oh, there you go.
We're at Pinky Point.
Pinky's Point.
No, it's Pinky Point. There's no S.
Pinky's.
No, Pinky Point. Pinky Point, it's Ceduna. And behind me is a massive grain terminal. So far away I don't think we've seen one as big as this. And it has a railway head coming in as well, and the train was coming in at last night at about 2 o'clock or something. They must have loaded up and then it took off again, so quite bizarre. Quite busy industrial space. There's even a salt works, and there's 2 tugboats lining up waiting for a ship to come in by the looks of it. And the harbour looks beautiful today. Oh yeah, there's a ship out there. Oh, this is a 360 view from Pinky Point, or it's only locally known as Pinky Point apparently. The real name is Cape Thevenard. Thevenard? Cape Thevenard. Locally known as Pinky Point.
The ship anchor, so is that sea out there? Must be a ship anchor.
It's waiting to come in.
Sorry, Pixie.
It's quite good anyway.
Yeah, how they've done that.
It's too distant to come up in a photo. What's the interpretive board over there?
Yeah, we've got to go over to there. Is out here.
So was there something?
Yeah, it was a telescope, I think. Someone's knocked it off. Pinky Point. There you go, Pinky, you got your own point. Where's Pinky?
Sitting on the anchor.
Ah.
That is massive, that anchor, isn't it?
It's a big one.
Yeah, look at the chain.
Chain is a fence.
Yeah, but the size of the actual
The links.
So is there something in particular that you're looking for when you're looking for that?
Right, so it's like say you come through the back,
Yeah.
and then I come through here, although I break the shell, that's probably why they say through the back. I come here because the muscle is just there,
Yeah.
so I can just sort of go in and
Lift it up. Oh, right.
Yeah, but everyone's different.
So you break it so it comes out easier.
Yeah, so you sort of wiggle it in like to the lip of it, and then open it up a bit, and then just yeah. So everyone's got their ways of.
And you don't cut your hands or anything.
Yeah, you do.
I was going to
Yeah. It's just like when you're concentrating instead of just wiggle and try not to slip.
Yeah, you're not wearing any gloves, like maybe you don't cut your hands. Sorry.
Squid shoots as well.
Are a lovely size.
Yeah. What type of oyster are they? Pacific oysters.
Pacific oyster, yeah.
Okay.
And they're from Smoky Bay.
Right.
Yeah, which is half an hour
Oh,
down the road. 25 minutes. And they're alive. When they're closed, they're alive.
Yeah.
So when they're sharp, they actually die. Yeah.
If you sort of see how they were opening them, there was water coming out.
Yeah.
So that was seawater that was selling them, so keeping them alive. So depending on their conditions, I think they'll keep for a good week like that. Yeah.
Wow.
So you can't get fresher than what we're getting right now.
That's right.
So here is my dozen oysters that I'm about to consume, and a touch of lemon juice on each one. And yeah.
Yeah.
Grab the chair in a bit. These are, what you say, Pacific oysters, aren't they?
They're Pacific.
Delicious.
This is my morning tea.
Peanut butter on a dry crisp bread. Well, I've polished them off, and I gotta say, they are the best oysters I've eaten since I was a kid. And the only oysters that were any better than that were off the Harrington Wall, and you got them yourself, straight off the rocks. So you saw them being shucked, fresh, eaten within 10 minutes, and they were delicious. And some of them still had salt water in them, which is what I love. And we'll go back, when we come back here again, we'll go back again, get some more. They were delicious.
Hang on.
Oh, here we go.
Best dry biscuit ever.
This is the main street of Ceduna. Main street of Ceduna. Just crossing over, there's got a food land. It looks like an arcade. Bakery. And that's the jetty, in the middle of town jetty. That's it, go back to the shop. Now this is where we're staying in Ceduna, Big 4. It's not too bad. Gravel everywhere. no grass, or very little grass. There's a patch of grass outside the camp kitchen, which was nice to sit on. But yeah, just reminds me of a big country town. And this is our caravan setup at Ceduna Big 4. Just gravelly sites. And we'll be back here in 4 days. No, 2 days. Leave tomorrow morning, go out to somewhere else, and back again for 4 nights, because the wind is forecast.
So $1.99 still, but it's gone up around the corner for $2.15 already.
$2.15 where the tyre
Already.
place.
Yeah, where the tyre place is. Yeah.
Bruce was there this morning.
Yeah. So the cheapest is $1.99 just down the road.
Where the
super. Yeah.
diagonally opposite. Yeah, where
Yeah.
Super Cheap is. Yeah.
So
Well, this brings us to the end of another Pinky's Adventures, and this video takes us from Port Lincoln through to past Mount Hope to Elliston. We drove around and had a look at Elliston, and then we go up to Streaky Bay, and now we're at Ceduna, and that's it. See you next one. Where's Pink? We've lost Pinky. Oh no, we've lost Pink. Can you see Pinky? Oh, there she's doing. Underneath the wipes.
oh yeah, you should be using those wipes to wipe your hands with, because you've used all the.
Oh, you alright, Pinky? Did you suffer?
You idiot. Yeah, so we've had a nice time looking around, and the town has just exploded, hasn't it? It's just
Since you were here
yeah.
7 years ago?
No, try 37 years.
37 years
ago.
Tracy lived here 37 years ago.
Yeah, and it's just
For
gone
about 12 months?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years. And yeah, and it's just exploded. It's like a real seaside country village. No, it's not. It's like a real...
It's like a city now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit like a city now.
Looks like the middle of town.
Pinky just fell.
Supposed to hang on, Pinky.
He's now having a little bit of a problem with his children.
Can you do that again? Can you do that again?
Sorry.
How far is it to Ceduna?
89 kilometres it said.
89 kilometres to Ceduna. It's got to be more than that.
Well, I had to stop it.
She keeps blowing over in the wind. Pinky.